major concern in the area. You cannot have development in the midst of insecurity. That is why we started what we call Peace in Southeast project, supported by the Parliament. But in doing so, we noticed that insecurity there will be, reduced if Nnamdi Kanu is released. We want Nnamdi Kanu to be released because we know it will give our people more security. Those who are using him as excuses to be able to perpetrate all these criminal actions around our area will have no other reason to be on the streets. And then the police and the security agencies will catch anybody who claims that Nnamdi Kanu is his reason for causing harm to the people of Southeast. So we are begging, like you cannot coerce the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria because he's the Commander-in-Chief. All we are doing is saying use political approach, not the legal approach that everyone is talking about. We are appealing to him to tamper justice with mercy and release Nnamdi Kanu to the people of Southeast. We know it will ensure more security for our people, and it will, spring up the development that this Southeast Development Commission is going to bring, and it will as well sustain it.
The call for him to release Nnamdi Kanu.
He is politically correct. That's what they sought for. Political. He spoke well. Benjamin Kanu spoke very well, but there are two words he brought in there. Thank you for joining us. Two words. He was talking about begging. Anyway, that is because he's a politician. And another one is, what is it called? Forgiveness. Tamper justice with mercy. Anyway, that is the language to approach president, but not exactly the statute of the case of Nnamdi Kanu, because he is never a convict of any kind. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the program. This is Homeland Radio Biafra presentation, right from inside our studio here, anchored by me, the fearless Ipob evangelist Mazi. We are coming to you live from Biafra land. Very, very important that you understand this, that our land, Ipob, have taken charge. Thank you. So, thank you. I need to go to the program and tag in a number to call. I think our people need to call a number today, if that time is permitted anyway. But if that such time did not come up, we will not open our line. I am going direct to the program to see if they can allow me to do exactly what I want to do. I don't know what the network is doing here. Why are they so jealous about this program? So let us move anyway. The program is all about the program is all about the truth that Nigerian government is hiding or trying to hide from the world on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Right? That is the fact, and that is the purpose why we are here. Thank you. Let me please bring in this very number and pin it here. Let me bring in this very number and pin it here. +49 155 10 56 35 36 is a WhatsApp. So I need to pin it here, please. Read the description of the program, you will understand. You will understand that we are here to destroy the zoo. We are here to destroy the zoo. And we destroy the zoo with a single truth. So let us go direct, please. I remain the fearless Ipob evangelist, in case this is your first time. So let us go to the truth they are running away from. They now plotted insecurity to run away from extraordinary rendition. Who told them that such thing will happen where there is IPOB? That's why they fought tooth and nail to make sure that they destroy IPOB, because that is the defense of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Nigerian state committed terrorism against Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. And some people used to do it when we were children, playing football. When you are winning them, they will try to scatter it. Some people used to do it in meetings. When they cannot contribute, or when the person they don't like is saying something, or when, at least if he want to scatter the thing, he will just put counter motion to divert attention from the truth. That is wicked people. But that can never happen in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, where IPOB is alive. We are going to unveil the very fact the Nigerian state has been running away from. This very interview was 2 years ago. And that is the face of the battle. And that is why Nigeria is running away, telling you they are trying Nnamdi Kanu. How can you try somebody you kidnapped from Kenya? How can you try somebody you attempted to kill from his home? How can you do so? Because he did what? Is there no proceedings? No, we want to know. Is there no proceedings? So a country can go against proceedings of extradition because you want to get a particular person. It is not done. It is not done. So that is the line that we have held strongly. And that is where the world is focusing on. And let us go and listen, then we move. We move. Our line is not open for now, right? But I think we will open it with time. Let us see if it is this place. No, not this place. Not this place. Okay.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, good to see all of you. Your beard is growing again.
No, we are going to cut it the second time.
It is the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our sight.
Yeah, and Inibe, how much of this Nnamdi Kanu development can you share with us? Huh? What do you know?
Thank you once again for inviting me. I have followed the Nnamdi Kanu's case right from when he was arrested, detained by the State Security Service, to when the federal government eventually filed charges against him at the Federal High Court in Abuja before the Honorable Justice Binta Yato, to the point where he was admitted to bail on very stringent conditions, and subsequently the military invaded his home, and then a couple of people were killed, the palace of his father was created, and he narrowly escaped and fled the country. You know, one conversation that we must have is this: when matters of this nature arise, it is always important for us to get to the root of it. The reason why we are having this discussion today, the reason why the Court of Appeal judgment came, is because the Nigerian army invaded the home of Nnamdi Kanu. Had that very tragic incident not took place, Nnamdi Kanu probably would not have left Nigeria. Because when we say he jumped bail, I have some difficulty agreeing with that. When someone basically escaped for his life, but that is an argument for another day. Now, agreed, granted that he left Nigeria and found his way to the United Kingdom, where he is also a citizen. And then the federal government went back to court. Nnamdi Kanu was nowhere to be found. There was even an attempt to go after his trustees. And at some point, the court even threatened to have his trustees fulfill the bond that they have entered while signing as trustees for him to be released. Now, eventually, the court had to issue a warrant for his arrest. And then the federal government did not approach the government of the United Kingdom with an extradition request, because I can confirm to you that there is what is called a mutual legal assistance treaty between Nigeria and the government of the United Kingdom. And indeed, under our Extradition Act, Nigeria has a legal obligation under its own law and of course under international law to ensure that where a fugitive, where someone is wanted in respect of an offense that is committed in Nigeria, Nigeria must formally request the country where that person resides to bring that person, that is to put it in a layman's language, to produce that person or allow the Nigerian authorities to take custody of that person. That process is what is called the extradition process. And we have seen that in the case of Ipob in Niger Republic, if I'm not mistaken. Now, we have also seen that in the case of Biafra, where the United States government made a request to the Nigerian government. And then the same Malami, who is now issuing statements, went to the Federal High Court and basically, sabotaged the entire process by allowing the NDLEA, the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, to file charges against Apayari, even when the extradition proceedings was ongoing, contrary to the provisions of the Extradition Act. The point I am making is that under international law, and indeed under our law, there is a clear procedure by which a fugitive is to be produced to stand trial. Now, what has been the response of the Nigerian government when this issue of extraordinary rendition was raised? Silence at the Federal High Court, and that is the point the Court of Appeal has made yesterday. The Nigerian government had absolutely no answer to one important question. How did you secure the attendance of Nnamdi Kanu in court? Because except we are a banana republic, except we are a court that's not governed by laws, you cannot go to a foreign land and then abduct somebody and forcefully bring that person to Nigeria and say you want to put that person to trial. So if we allow that kind of precedent to stand, if the Court of Appeal were to say there is nothing wrong with extraordinary rendition, that would be a fatal attack on the Constitution of Nigeria. It will be an attack on international law. And let me also highlight this. Under Section 2 of our Constitution, the Constitution says that the Constitution shall have binding force on all authorities and persons throughout the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yeah. In other words, if you look at by the combined effect of Section 1 and Section 2 of the Constitution, the Nigerian Constitution does not have extraterritorial application. In other words, you cannot go to the United Kingdom, you cannot go to Kenya to enforce the provisions of the Nigerian Constitution.
Yeah.
Let alone an act of parliament.
Yeah, just a minute. Two key words there: discharged and acquitted. When are you discharged and when are you acquitted?
Well, these are, terminologies that have implications in law. But let me also caution that there are circumstances under the law under which a discharge can be taken as an acquittal. And I think now the Kanu case is within that contemplation. We will wait to see whether there will be a different outcome, really, because I have read the statement of Malami that, he was only discharged, he was not acquitted. So having been discharged, right, why are you still keeping on to read? Can you hold on to someone who has been discharged in law? Acquittal is typically when the case is determined on the merits, and the court finds that the prosecution has not proved its case, and that is some form of absolute exoneration. Whereas a discharge can arise from several circumstances. For example, where the charge against a defendant is defective, that person can be discharged, which ordinarily would entitle the prosecution to revive the charge under some certain circumstances. Now, in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, right, the issue is very simple, and it is this: when you look at the charge that was brought against him, even the Honorable Justice of the Federal High Court agreed that at least 8 of the counts in the charge were incompetent and struck them out. There was a further appeal to the Court of Appeal. From what I have read, because the 50% of the judgment of Court of Appeal is not out yet, but from what I have read, including the comments made by Chief Mike Executive, it appears the Court of Appeal has even struck out the remaining counts. And if that is the implication, it means that today Nnamdi Kanu is not standing trial before any court. So let nobody say that there is a subsisting case for which Nnamdi Kanu is to answer to. Okay. And that brings me to the provisions of Section 287 of the Constitution.
That's
Section 2, which says...
have you heard it? Thank you. Your duty is to share. Thank you very, very much. This is Homeland Radio Biafra, anchored by me. So now, from what we had, the program will be somehow short, right? From what we had, you will understand that Nigerian government is running away from the terrorism they committed against Nnamdi Kanu, which is extraordinary rendition. Now, they are also running away from the attack by the Nigerian army on the home of the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, that took the life of 28 men and the cousin sister to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which is 29 people at a spot that died in the compound. What actually led to this? Was any Nigerian state attacked? Was anybody attacked? Did anybody do anything in 2017? Did IPOB do anything in 2017? IPOB was busy burying their own that Nigeria killed. IPOB was busy looking for their own that Nigeria abducted. IPOB was busy treating their own that Nigerian army and police wounded during peaceful protest. IPOB was busy treating wounds. Some are still carrying bullet wounds by the Nigerian army during peaceful protest. Till today, we buried our own. The next one we had was Python dance. They killed us. Tomorrow morning, what we had that IPOB was prescribed. Since then, Nigeria has been looking for evidence because there was no evidence. That's why, when they see how Nnamdi Kanu is exposing them to the world, that his house was attacked. Because their target was to kill him so that nobody can talk about what happened. But unfortunately to the Nigerian state, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was alive to testify of what happened. They first of all came on the 12th, right? They killed 2 people that day and took some away. Reaching on 14th of September, the same 2017, they now came to kill everybody. When they did this thing, they first of all denied. They don't know that the video was live, not conducted, live. And later they started stammering. But the truth now is, what actually led to the attack on the home of Nnamdi Kanu? These are one of the truths Nigeria is running away from. Now, what actually led to the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya? If truly he committed any offense, what prevented Nigeria from applying to the due proceedings by writing to the UK Secretary on State, whom Nnamdi Kanu is a citizen to, and run Radio Biafra in their country? You can only write to the country that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is running Radio Biafra, where IPOB is running Radio Biafra in that very country. If Nnamdi Kanu committed offense, why was kidnapping, torture, and extraordinary rendition of Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya and from Kenya to Nigeria? Why? Is that how to arrest somebody that committed offense? That is not true. It is a way to arrest, to kidnap, or okay, let me just say, kidnapping of the way they kidnap Nnamdi Kanu is a way to arrest somebody when you have offended him. So you want to shut him up. You want to shut him down. You don't want him to be talking again because there is no legal proceeding to extradite Nnamdi Kanu. There's no legal proceeding. And there will be no successful legal proceeding. There was no legal proceeding and there will be no successful one because he committed no offense. If he committed offense, British would have arrested him first because he was attacking them with the truth. Now, why did Nigeria not apply to the UK Secretary of State? Why did they kidnap Nnamdi from Kenya? Now I ask you, why did Nigeria not arrest Nnamdi? Why did Kenya not arrest Nnamdi Kanu? Because if he's a terrorist, they will apply to any country where he appears to arrest him. Why did the Kenya not arrest him? Why is the case of Nnamdi Kanu not registered in any custody, any security agency's custody in Kenya? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya, tortured, kept in a secret place of Nigerian northern houses in the UK, in the Kenya, right? And tortured him there, tried to kill him, then brought him here and started trying somebody they committed terrorism against. Now, when they set up this thing, they know it will not yield the fruit. They already planned for what happened. Okay. They have already planned for insecurity. It is a way, it is the only option they see as a way out. To plot insecurity in our land, to use it to divert the attention of international community who are busy focusing on the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which was the target where the UN gave their order, because you cannot of any kind commit such offense because of anything. No, if Nnamdi Kanu committed offense, they will apply and he will be arrested in UK. They did not go to the people, the country where he is a citizen to, and they did not go to the country where Radio Biafra is, which is the same country, UK, England. So now, the issue now is, did Nigeria commit extraordinary rendition? Yes, they committed it against Nnamdi Kanu. Now, do they commit terrorism against Nnamdi Kanu? Yes, they committed it 2 times. In his house in Afaruku, Ibego, and in Kenya, right? Then we continue. We continue. Now, in order to cover it up, they recruited political thugs, criminals, to cause insecurity. They started naming them unknown gunmen. Immediately they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They commanded them to start operating as agitator group. This very group started countering IPOB and started killing our people. These are political agents. Nigeria kept fronting it. Do you understand? They were trying to use it to overshadow the crime they have committed against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. On the same process, trying to turn our people, the Biafrans, against their own will, Biafra restoration, and against IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu, which was the purpose why they recruited this criminal and authorized them to go after the people, and their duty is to target on IPOB and ESM. Even as these very criminals will come in the open and say that we did it, Nigerian government do not care. All they care is that they will target on IPOB and ESM, because that is the only option, the only thing they see as an option to divert attention from the crime, the terrorism they committed against Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, extraordinary rendition, which have prohibited Nigeria from trying Nnamdi Kanu. For the fact that they attacked him in his house while his date of court was on front. Then they went to Kenya and kidnapped him after chasing him away from his house on the attempt to kill him, which they killed 28 people. 28 men and 1 woman and a cousin sister. That is 29 people. Right? Then they committed the terrorism against Nnamdi Kanu. He escaped. Still on the process of saving his life, they went to Kenya and kidnapped him. Now, and the same Nigeria who committed terrorism 2 times against Nnamdi Kanu is trying Nnamdi Kanu for terrorism against the ruling of their own court. Now, what was their target? Their target was that they want the people to start they want to persuade Nnamdi Kanu to, because of the insecurity and the crime that the Nigerian state-sponsored criminals are committing in our land, for Nnamdi Kanu to, because of it, abandon Biafra and say, if abandoning Biafra will stop these things, then I abandon Biafra. This thing did not work. And the IPOB they targeted to destroy, the IPOB destruction did not work. And Nigeria was busy pushing and investing in insecurity, pushing and investing in army and the police in the land of Biafra, pushing and investing in criminals, claiming to be Biafra agitator, investing in Ebubago, investing in militants, pushing them here to cause mayhem so that the news will be bubbling with their lies, blackmailing of IPOB. Suddenly, the name of the unknown government disappeared. What you hear every day is IPOB ESN, IPOB ESN. What does that tell you? It is a composed song of the Nigerian state to cover up the crime that they committed against Nnamdi Kanu, which is extraordinary rendition, and terrorism against Nnamdi Kanu in Isiama Faruku and in Kenya also. It is terrorism. So they want to use this one and cover up their crime. This very insecurity. Now, what was their target? Their target is the song that some politicians are singing. Though people say this, right, because it is what is happening, but it is not what is happening in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was accused of crimes. He was accused of treason. He was accused of terrorism with uncountable charges, which there is no other crime that any human being can commit that have not been levied against Nnamdi Kanu. There is no charge that can destroy somebody and sentence somebody or life imprisonment or death or high jail term that Nigeria have not tapped or charged against Nnamdi Kanu since 2015. But reaching to the court, it will yet no fruit because there is no truth in it, and they have no evidence, and Nnamdi Kanu did not commit it. Do you understand? Now, if these things have appeared before court, and Nnamdi Kanu was not jailed, what is the essence of singing a song by politicians freeing Nnamdi Kanu so that insecurity will stop? Because that was their target. Their target is to base on this very insecurity and start asking for amnesty, because their target is that on doing so, Nnamdi Kanu will be convicted. So they will now be asking for insecurity to stop by telling Tinubu, oh, you have pardon for Nnamdi Kanu, have amnesty for him, have amnesty, so that he will tell his boys to stop killing. That was their target. The target of some evil Southeast politicians, that it will end up in asking for amnesty for Nnamdi Kanu. That's why they sponsored Simon Ekperima to be claiming to be doing his crimes with the name of IPOB, with the name of Nnamdi Kanu, with the name of ESN. When this thing failed, he claimed to be Liberation Army and the government in exile. And in doing this, Nigeria keep tagging all that he do under his government in exile on IPOB and ESN. They never reported them. Even the names of criminals that Simon Ekpa led and called them his commanders, that IPOB exposed their locations and also exposed their names and their criminalities and the useful information, called their names on radio. The same criminals, Nigerian government declared them wanted and tagged them ESN. Now, the same camps of criminals, locations that IPOB have exposed severally are the same place that Nigerian police and army will go and they will target IPOB ESN camp. the same place we expose, the same places we expose, the same people we expose, how can we give you names of our men? When we expose them, their agent Simon Edrima and the women they contracted in America to fight IPOB Nnamdi Kanu, they will start shouting, why is Gina Samoru calling the names of our men? Simon will be shouting, why are they calling the names of our men? Lo and behold, even in 2025, the same people that IPOB called their name on Radio Biafra and called them criminals and called their operational areas of crime, the same people are being caught and Nigerian government will call them IPOB ESN. The same name. You go to IPOB press release on the 30th of September 2022. Go search for it. You will see the names of all these criminals that Simon Eba is calling his commanders. Gutozo, Gentle, all of them, Zuma, every one of them that Simon claimed they are their commander. These people have been blacklisted by IPOB in 2022. IPOB distances itself from since 2021. But at the time, we started calling the names of the criminals in 2022. Because we want them. If you don't stop, we'll call your name. We'll expose your operational areas. We expose their camps of criminality. Do you know that the same camps of criminals are being presented by the Nigerian security agencies as ESN camp? What does that tell you? It tells you that they came here, they sponsor insecurity as a cover-up to the two terrorism they committed against Nnamdi Kanu in Afaruku Ibeku and in Kenya, and the international crime they also committed, extraordinary rendition. They want to do the childish play that used to do, let us scatter it. This ball, Ayekwe and Ekwe is not a go, it's not a go. They will fight because it's not official match. Right? That's what they applied. But we said no because we are not violent. IPOB is peaceful. Now, why are they running away from this truth? Why? Let us go and, because their target is to be begging by now, like Benjamin Carlo presented the issue, it is all about insecurity. The people from Abia State, House of Rep members, apart from this Honorable Uche Obi Agwocha, who always call and make his stand, right? Other ones from Ishialangwa, but they were begging because of insecurity. None of them have ever talked about the court judgment. That is to say, they do not believe in their constitution. That is to say, they go to the House of Assembly to make unexisting laws, because they are the people that made the laws, and the court will make a pronouncement, judgment, and the federal government, few people that was appointed by an elected, will truncate a court judgment because Attorney General was appointed. And these very House of members are the people that made the laws, them and senators, right? That's why I love the way Abaribe speaks. He calls it out. You cannot see a person, you were begging for free Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Free Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Nigerian government keep pushing for trial. They keep pushing for trial. They keep pushing for trial. They keep coming with amended camp charges. At the end of this matter, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was discharged and acquitted. Unconditional release, is it not stop the trial? Then when they were pushing, they intended to jail him, isn't it? So when he defeated them, why did they say no? Now I ask you, why can't you present such judgment in your National Assembly? You keep presenting insecurity because it is a project of the politicians. They projected insecurity as always a front line of their statement. That because of insecurity, free Nnamdi Kanu. That is to say, they have been trying to change the narrative that the insecurity is connected to Nnamdi Kanu. No, their statement is always so. Though Benjamin Kanu said that people that are using that will stop. And if we see them, we'll know that it is not Nnamdi Kanu that sent them. But Nnamdi Kanu have made videos in court. Despite coming out, he made videos. Why is it that these very politicians have never called Nigerian army and police and asked them, is it only IPOB and ESN that are the people living in the southeast? Why is it that these creatures have not come? You are a House of Assembly member. You know that there are political assassination. There are criminals already existing. There are kidnappers already existing. Now, why are you quiet when you see the Nigerian police and army always start all crimes on IPOB and ESN? Now, why do you watch Nigerian security agencies and their higher talks from Dokubo killing anybody they see and target them criminals? Why do you keep quiet? Does that show there is no more criminals? That is to say that all of you that are keeping quiet are in this very plan. Because the plan is to end up asking for amnesty, begging. There is no begging for Nnamdi Kanu. He has not been convicted. No begging. There's no conviction. He is not a convict. So why must you beg somebody that has stood trial and was discharged and acquitted? Nigeria filed an unlawful and illegal stay of execution. Do you understand? That doesn't exist in the case of Nnamdi Kanu, and in such case, it does not exist. Discharged and acquitted. You file stay of execution. Are you mad? Are you stupid? Without even giving the person at least 10 minutes of freedom. No way. So I think we'll allow people, anybody that is free to call, because we still play some this thing, but I have to call a number now because I think I pinned it there on the comment section, but I don't know. Let us call the number in case you are there. The number to call is +491 551 056 3536. Let me call it again. +491 551 056 3536. So let us continue to unveil their. Let us see this thing now and see.
Yes, Governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Chukwuma has visited the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. After the visit, Governor Soludo said
2 years ago,
leader
2 years ago,
high spirits, which Kanu said to have expressed sadness over the loss of lives and property in the region and called for restoration of peace. Meanwhile, IPOB has declared new dates for sit-at-home order ahead of the court sittings
2 years ago.
Leader, according to the new dates announced by the spokesperson.
Okay, I think we have somebody. Okay, the caller, we have come to you. Your name and where you are calling us from.
My name is Afam Efuna, and I'm calling from Dakar, Senegal.
Welcome to the program. Thank you. Go ahead and give us your contribution. This is Homeland Radio Biafra.
Thank you, watching it because of my and I may follow your page. Yes, I go. So my own contribution today was I'm telling the Nigerian government to release our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because of now. He did not commit any crime known to law. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not commit any crime. The Nigerian government committed terrorism against Nnamdi Kanu, both in Kenya and in Afaru people. I don't know the reason why the Nigerian government is trying Nnamdi Kanu, whereby they are the one that committed terrorism against Nnamdi Kanu. Let them release our leader, unconditional. Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist. IPOB is a peaceful organization. We are peaceful and we want to protect our land. We only want our freedom and nothing. We want our freedom. Let us lead our leader. That's what I want to contribute.
Thank you. Thank you. Well spoken. Thank you very, very much. We continue. Thank you. Keep it up. So, thank you. So, this is Homeland Radio Biafra. Thank you, the caller there. We are still on it. You are free to call in. The truth that Nigerian government have been running away from on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the crime that they themselves committed, and they are charging Nnamdi Kanu for it. Let us see what they sponsored against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and see why they are worried today that all these things did not yet fruit. Let us go. You will see these are things we pass through in this very case. This happened in Abuja. These people were sponsored against IPOB. You see them with caskets. We are unveiling things here today.
Yeah, the mission and vision of...
These are Nigeria. I am Northerners, Al-Majris, terrorists, right? Fulani herdsmen that because of ESN, the DSS gathered them around Abuja, around court premises to protest against IPOB and against Nnamdi Kanu. But on the process, you will see the reprotest of non-hired people, people that stood with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that came to Abuja. You will see them. After watching these people, you will watch the same news showing you IPOB. You will see that these people are hired, and you will see the real volunteer supporters of Nnamdi Kanu. Let us listen to them. Continue. Let me still remind you of the number to call: +491 551 056 3536. Let me go again. +491 551 056 3536. Let us listen to this very Abuja terrorists.
One Nigeria is clearly for the unity of this country, and we cannot...
They are protesting against Nnamdi Kanu 2 years ago.
Ethnocentrism and, or basically we cannot just build a country
hired
on
by DSS
sentiments and religious sentiments. We have to get head away with ethnic sentiments, religious sentiments, and any other sentiments, and put Nigeria before us. This is what we will build a greater nation on. So today, particularly, we are here on Nnamdi Kanu's case, who is clearly, who has clearly committed treason in this country, in this land, still committing treason, killing our citizens, killing our brothers and sisters in the southeast, keeping them at home against their will.
Let me just, I will not allow this one to finish. Let me talk. Do you know under the government, where this one was talking this, under the government of Buhari? Do you understand? That's when he was talking about treason. Now, who overthrew Shagari, Buhari? What is it called? Treason. Are you understanding what Nigeria is all about? Now, let me just ask again. The same northern Nigeria, who is aware of the genocide committed by Gowon against the people of the East, who never apologized of any kind, is now telling you that Nnamdi Kanu is killing their brothers in the East. And we asked the people, this person from the north, who was saying this 2 years ago, why is it that you never confronted Gowon and say, you killed our brothers in the East? Why is it that you never confronted Buratai and asked him, why did you conduct a Python dance and killed our brothers in the East? You never said so, because you are an idiot. Why have you not confronted federal government and say, why is a Bubagu killing our brothers in the East? No, you will not. Right? But you want Nnamdi Kanu to be jailed. So you are not saying he is killing your brothers in the East. People of the East are now your brothers. Even to live in Kanu, live in your place, every time you be eyeing their business. You never loved them in your land. You are now loving them in the East. Stupidity. Let us listen to them. You are still free to call in. This is unveiling what they have been running away from.
We are also encouraging the judges to speed up the trial and ensure that he is given his judgment so that we can turn another page in the history history of this nation. We are tired of
He's just a terrorist.
Every day.
He can turn another page.
Up because the facts are clear.
He wanted Nnamdi to be jailed 2 years ago.
Let them judge. Let them give him passing judgment. So this is what we have for today.
Talk to us about some of the messages in your bus in the notice board talking about saying no to secession.
Yes, no.
Listen to this terrorist 2 years ago.
Absolutely, that is what they are training. That is what the Ipob is saying. You can see recently that they just declared in some of the eastern states that nobody should sing national anthem also, which is that is treason also. So we are here to tell the whole world that the unity of Nigeria is not even at all negotiable. So nobody should threaten anybody's peace. You can see the crowd. We are all Nigerians from all corners of Nigeria. So we are here to just justify our love for our country, to redeem our pledge to our country. And we are calling on all Nigerians to redeem their pledges to their country, to come and support the Nigerian government, to come and support also the judges to ensure that Nnamdi Kanu gets a speedy trial. Let them speed up this trial so that we can turn this page, please.
Begin with the character of the young people. Who are the young people? We are the youth. We are here today.
This thing happened 2 years ago, sponsored by DSS.
In our hands.
These are terrorists protesting against Nnamdi Kanu in court premises.
We are here to let the government know that Nigerian youth, we are solely behind them. We are not with those the enemies of Nigeria that want Nigeria to be divided. God has brought Nigerians together, and nobody can divide Nigeria.
Who knows how many of them that are still alive today? 2 years ago.
And we are using this opportunity.
Are these people still alive?
Of Nigeria,
terrorists have killed so many of them in the north.
Of Nnamdi Kanu, because we are tired. We want this to be a lesson for those people who are planning to come and scatter our unity. So we want them to speed up the judgment for Nnamdi Kanu. Because am I speaking the mind of the youth? Am I speaking the mind of the youth of Nigeria?
Oh yeah, you have listened to hired agents the same day, the same court premises, where they pursue Ipob and Biafrans that came to stand with Nnamdi. You have watched Nigerian youth, right? From all over. Or you have watched the men volunteer protest.
What is your demand from the government? My demand is that...
Do you see the men volunteer supporters?
Our son, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for us, and give us our freedom. We need Biafra. The government should set us free. That is my demand. Yes. We are outside because they didn't allow us to come inside. Even when we try to, they pursue us like fowl. They are pursuing us like animals, like goats. They are pursuing us like goats. They didn't allow us to come inside.
To our greatest surprise, we saw that other people was allowed inside the court protesting against Biafra. But we were not allowed to go inside the court to protest. Even outside the metro, they were pursuing us like a rat. It's ungentlemanly conduct. So, to our greatest surprise, we don't know something will happen in Nigeria. If they are one Nigeria, why should they discriminate? It's unjust. So, my brothers, what I'm telling you is that if they want us to be one Nigeria and not in this condition, we are going. We believe no more. I don't belong to Nigeria again. I'm a Biafran. That's what I demand. What is your demand? What are you demanding? I'm demanding for sovereign state of Biafra. That's what I'm demanding for. And nothing more than that. We are Biafrans. That's why we come here today. Come what may, we are Biafrans. We want Biafra Republic today. And release our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, unconditional release.
Oh yeah, what? Are you understanding? So, what is Nigeria running away from? The crime they committed against Nnamdi Kanu. Why are they sponsoring terrorism? Because they want to use it as a cover-up to the terrorism they committed against Nnamdi Kanu. They still want the people of the East to be frustrated from the Biafra agitation. They still want the people of the East to turn against their will, which is Biafra restoration. They still want the people of the East to reject Nnamdi Kanu and Ipob. That is why they are too brutal. They bring Dokubo and the foreigners to be killing us. These foreigners, you will see some Igbo people among them. These are heartless political agents who have been murdering, what is it called, political opponents, who have been causing mayhem in our land, kidnapping for long in the name of politics. With the police know them as criminals. They are the people who come to and kill electorates during voting. They are the people who come and carry ballot boxes and papers. They have the mindset of killing already. So that's why when government recruited them, they claim to be Biafra agitators. They claim to be come for free Nnamdi Kanu. They are brutal on our people. They even killed Ipob members. They killed Ipob principal officers in Biafra land. They killed the parents, relatives of Ipob members. If you fall victim in the hands of these criminals, you will know that they are not Ipob. If you tell them you are Ipob, you make them angry. So how come that they call them Ipob? Yes. We ask. Most of their victims are Ipob. Because they don't know who is who. Their duty is to kill. If you eventually tell them you are Ipob, because they will tell you they are ESL. You tell them you are the Ipob, you are gone because they are government agents. Do you understand? Tomorrow I will preach Ipob membership and how to be ESM member. Right? I will preach it anyway. So that is it. Why is Nigerian state running away from the truth? Why do they want amnesty for Nnamdi Kanu? They want, by then they will need condition. They don't want to free Nnamdi Kanu on a neutral ground where he defeated them. Why? Why are they not comfortable? Why? Then, even at the point that their courts have nothing to do to Nnamdi Kanu, they keep presenting trial. How can you try somebody you committed terrorism against and you are trying him for terrorism? Who first committed terrorism? If he committed terrorism through his radio broadcast, why did you not follow due proceedings and write to the UK Secretary of State? Why? Then, when you arrested him in Nigeria, why did you not allow him and proceed for the trial? You sent army to go and kill him. He escaped, still on the process of saving his life. You caught him in Kenya and committed the same terrorism against. And today you want to cover up your crime as Nigeria now. That's how to know the mentality of Nigerians. People will tell you, hey, let Nnamdi Kanu stand his trial. Even politicians like Joseph. Are you standing trial? Are you not aware that Nigeria lacks the legitimacy to try Nnamdi Kanu for terrorism? You cannot commit robbery on me and you be charging me for robbery. It does not happen. If I committed robbery against you, you must not rob me. If you say I rob you, must you rob me to prove that I am a robber? I am an armed robber? No. So if you say Nnamdi Kanu committed terrorism, must you commit terrorism to try him? Why did you not follow due proceedings? Because if he committed offense with your facts, any government in the world will arrest Nnamdi Kanu with your facts. But you have no fact to give to any government. You ended up committing the same thing you are charging him for. Do you have the legitimacy? Do you have the ground to try him? I'm asking. If you burn my house, or I burn your house, you refuse to go and follow the due proceeding, you went and committed arson in my house. That is the end of the matter. Onyelawa, go, let me go. If you say Nnamdi Kanu committed terrorism, why did you commit terrorism against him? Why did you not follow due proceedings to see that you are law-abiding? How can you that is not law-abiding be charging somebody for crime that you yourself is committing? We are asking. Why are they running away from this truth? Everybody is saying, let it start the fire, let insecurity stop. What is the connection of the case of Nnamdi and the insecurity? The Nigerian state recruited unknown gunmen before the arrest of Nnamdi. We ask, what is the connection? The Nigerian state proscribed Ipob in 2017 and they started looking for evidence and they recruited unknown gunmen to get evidence. They kidnapped Nnamdi and handed the unknown gunmen over to Simon Eba and told him to parade them as ESN and IPOB. Is that not the game? Only to have a cover-up of their crime against humanity, against Nnamdi Kanu. Since then, they have been killing the people of the East. Since then, they have been importing murderers, killers, who are more dead, because of money they will be paid, how many people you killed, how much they will pay you. If you kill, you video it. If you kill, you video it. Have you ever seen security agencies that are doing like that? If it is not giving account. When they kill, they will video. It is accounting. It is accounting. To give account so that you collect your money. It is evident as evidence at hand. Even if security evidences video it, it is not to be posted. That's what I mean. Any video to be posted by security agencies are selected. And it will come from the headquarters of the security. But this one is the man that is shooting you, killing you, videoing you with his phone, is the person that is going to post it. If ESN want to post any video of their action against Fulani herdsmen terrorist cows, it comes from IPOB, ESN command. ESN can never post a video to you. ESN media department can never post out a video for you. Then why do the Nigerian security agencies post video that even implicate them? Because it is accounting video. If you walk, show us evidence. If you walk, show us evidence. What is the work? If you kill, show us evidence you have killed. Then if you kill, post it so that people will be afraid that they will know you are walking. But they will now do the deadly ones, they will post it. And the small time they will be looking for a cover up. That is to tell you that the same thing happened to those enforcing it at home. They will be shooting somebody in the market, telling him free Nnamdi, and they will be videoing the person. They will be burning down your keke, they will be burning your motorcycle, they will drag you out from your motor, they will shoot you, they will be shouting free Nnamdi Kanu. That is how to know political agents. That is how to know contracted agents. They will be destroying the okra of women that ESN saved in the bushes. The women plucked their okra to come and sell it in the market. This very contracted agent will come to scatter the okra and call it sit at home, and they will tell you that it is for free Nnamdi Kanu. The same Nnamdi Kanu that saved the okra in the bush by launching ESN is in Nnamdi Kanu. You will come and destroy the same okra and say it is for the same Nnamdi Kanu. Don't you see that something is wrong there? Something is wrong. Do you understand? They will be burning down your motorcycle, they will be videoing it. They will be flogging our children, they will be videoing it. They will be lying down our children, our teachers, they will be flogging them and be videoing it. What does that tell you? They are government agents. When they do it, they post it immediately, news will carry it. The next you will target ESN IPOB. Because that is the only option the government choose to cover up their extraordinary rendition of Nnamdi Kanu, the terrorism they committed against Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya, and his home Afaruqui Bay. They want to cover it up with allegations, blackmailings of IPOB, with these their plotted criminals. But today they are in shame. They are now showing out their jihadist intention. Everybody from the Islam and their agents from the East are now coming up. They are now doing jihadist war. Though they are doing it in the name of security, as they are invading our community, killing anybody they see, any man, any male child they see, they will kill. Some they will tie them on the motorcycle, dragging them on the main road. As they kill that girl, it is in their blood to do so. History doesn't change. History always repeats itself. The same way they did to Aguirre is the same way they did to our innocent people here. They killed them, they put them on a motorcycle, keep them on the ground, riding the motorcycle, dragging the dead body on the road. Are you getting it? Because it is dead body for accounting. They are using it for account to signify how many people they have killed for better payment. And the duty of the government is to send it to the news outlets to publish it against Ipob ESN. Any video, the news will see it now. Because the Simon, I will separate it, this is a separate program. Right? Everybody have come up now because the Simon that is doing it for them is no longer there. Everybody is now, both security, everybody, both Shegumi, both Islamic, both everybody is now out very, very fast. They are doing it fast because now all have to go. Their job don't knock. You see, that is the frustration Ipob put in them because their plan failed. Today, that's the if politicians want to talk to address Tinubu, nobody will mention court order. Appeal court judgment. They will be telling you, you are a father, pardon him, forgive him, tamper justice with mercy. Somebody that have been standing trial since 2015. Have they been merciful? What kind tamper justice with mercy? Somebody that court have freed severally and none was obeyed. Is it tamper justice? If you don't say so, will you die?
Mr. President, for doing this for the southeastern region, but we are still asking for more. You know, insecurity is a major concern in the area. You cannot have developed.
Are you getting the point? This is Benjamin Kanu. He's calling for Nnamdi Kanu. That is nice. But do you see how they do it? They never talk about agitation. Nobody will say, but Nnamdi Kanu is calling for the freedom. They are talking about how you are doing to us. They are not telling you insecurity. That was the project. And where they fail now is that they have not convicted Nnamdi Kanu. The target is we convict him. Now we'll now be destroying their land so that he will be forced to denounce Biafra. That's the game. Now, the game that fell is what these politicians are now presenting. Insecurity, free him, insecurity, to stop. Nobody will say free him because of the image of our country. Nobody will say free him based on what have transpired in the courts. Nobody will say free him because he has stood trial for long, since 2015. No, because they have landed in their own option of program, which is what they are using as topic. Insecurity. Let us listen to Benjamin Kanu. It is a nice thing to call for free Nnamdi Kanu. Right? You did well.
In the midst of insecurity. That is why we started what we call Peace in Southeast project, supported by the Parliament. But in doing so, we noticed that the insecurity there will be, reduced if Nnamdi Kanu is released. We want Nnamdi Kanu to be released because we know it will give our people more security. Those who are using him as excuses to be able to perpetrate all these criminal actions around our area will have no other reason to be on the street. And then the police and the security agencies will catch anybody who claims that Nnamdi Kanu is his reason for causing harm to the people of South. So we are begging. You cannot coerce the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria because he's the Commander-in-Chief. All we are doing is saying use political approach, not the legal approach that everyone is talking about. Okay. We are appealing to him to tamper justice with mercy and release Nnamdi Kanu to the people of Southeast. We know it will ensure more security for our people, and it will, spring up the development that this Southeast Development Commission is going to bring. And it
tamper justice with mercy is what I am against. Do you understand? You cannot keep our agitation away by presenting security. This is our time. We know why we are here. So there's no politics you play even when you presented the good ones to convince people, right, which is rightfully, whether you say it or not, must be said. But the issue now, why do you go on tamper justice with mercy, where court are presiding over case? Right? They keep refusing court orders. They want a favorable one to them. They use ex parte motion to prescribe IPOB, which should last only 14 days, 2 weeks. But it lasted from 2017 till today. Do you understand? The other day, the Appeal Court of Nigeria, based on the illegal prosecution of IPOB, affirmed it that the prosecution should remain. That IPOB should remain prescribed. Now, do you know how IPOB was prescribed? Just like you just wake up in the morning, somebody say you are a convict, without standing trial, without being informed, without knowing anything. You just attack Nnamdi Kanu. The following morning, you prescribe us. And that's what the Appeal Court affirmed. Do you understand? Now, what they now present is insecurity. We are begging. Amnesty. Tamper justice is mercy. A lost battle, because that was the language they wanted to have. But this language is no longer existing, because IPOB destroyed this language with our resoluteness in distancing ourselves from any kind of crime, because it is not involved in our agitation. Crime, wickedness, evil, lies is not in our agitation. It doesn't matter how you try to force us. You cannot turn our way of doing things to evil. It's impossible. Yes, you can blackmail us. That is always the weapon of the oppressors. Blackmailing to change your status so that the people that love you and cherishes you will see you with another status. Yes, but did we do it? No. So that is our ground and our confidence in fighting them. So that is it. Let's see if we can have a call before we round up. Let me call the number again, then we call it a day. +491 551 056 3536. Just have 2 minutes to receive a call, or a minute. +491 551 056 63536. So that is it. That is it. Let me sip some water. The truth that they have been hiding or trying to hide from the public about the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are currently presenting insecurity as if it have any issue with Nnamdi Kanu. This insecurity they are talking about is the one that they sponsored by themselves, the government sponsored, enhanced it, recruited it, promoted it, and are watering it, giving it food, and lifting it high through their media and targeting it on IPOB. Even when the criminal would present to them whom they are, Nigeria don't care, all they know is IPOB ESN. Even the one Fulani herdsmen did, they will target IPOB ESN. It is a shame that IPOB have pushed Nigerian government to become so childish that only IPOB and ESN is the people they present in any crime that happen in the south, in the whole region. We push them to do so. It is a disgrace to them. It never happened anywhere. So that is it. From me, fearless IPOB evangelist Mazi, and from here, our homeland radio Biafra studio, here in Biafra land. It is good evening. Thank you.